Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. Let's take a look again at the euro currency, guys. It seems that the euro currency right now is most interesting one among the other major currency pairs. So the only another interesting moment maybe stands with the New Zealand dollar, since as the expectation of the easing from the Reserve Bank of the New Zealand is growing. The New Zealand feels some pressure and turns to the downside. Also on the weekly chart we've got last week nicely looking bearish engulfing pattern. So maybe when this oil turmoil is take some relief, I mean the Brexit and so on, maybe New Zealand dollar finally will show the retracement that we have expected. But some bit tricky moment when the New Zealand dollar stands that market in reality has exceeded the major area that we have talked about first. So this was a really strong agreement with the confidence resistance on the weekly chart. This was rather strong resistance, but market still has moved slightly higher, and there was no necessity to do this since market has no targets. And currently, guys, it's still a riddle for me why the New Zealand dollar has shown this upward direction. Maybe due some political events in the Europe and around the Brexit, maybe something else, but it's not really normal behavior, technically not normal. That's why I still think that we should watch for with some caution to the New Zealand dollar and wait for probably more confirmation of the bearish action, to get more confidence. For that purpose, we need to get first the breakout of the important support. That's why today I thought that maybe not necessary to make any update on the New Zealand dollar. But as soon as we will get this breakout, we'll probably prepare the video on the New Zealand dollar as well. So right now, let's talk on the euro currency. On a daily chart, most of the picture stands the same as we have discussed in our weekly research. We said that some probably minor retracement could happen on Monday as the Turkish government has taken the control over the situation in the country. That's why it's probably some relief could happen. And this has been done already. Now market is turning back to the downward direction. So here we see that although trend has showed bullish on the euro currency, the price action is absolutely not the bullish. And that's why this confirms some bearish view on the market. We expect that market probably will continue to move lower. Now next target is based mostly on this A, B, C top, D pattern. So 100% extension target already has been reached. Next target stands approximately 106, that's 1618 extension. But this is medium-term perspective. Hardly this target will be hit within the week or maybe within the two. It's probably some perspective of the month or so per action. Here we have the minor targets based on this grabber, bearish grabber that suggests the taking out of this low. So our first destination point stands somewhere around 108.50 area. This is monthly pivot support one. This low should be taken out based on this grabber. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we have some patterns also are forming that confirms this view. And these shapes, as you can see, taking the shape of the butterfly. So our larger butterfly has the target is 108.50 precisely, as we talked about. But also, guys, here for those of you if you trade the intraday, you could get the minor butterfly. You can see it as the white shadow inside of this wing of the big butterfly. It's minor butterfly. And the target first is approximately 109.50. It's 1618. It will be 109 sharp. It also could be traded. As you can see, market right now takes the acceleration down after this minor retracement, and also bearish grabber has been formed here. Minor grabber. You probably do not see it clear. I will increase the scale. You will see it. So take a look. This bearish grabber. This is another one is forming. That's both of them suggest the taking out of these lows. If these lows will be taken out, then probably market will accelerate further to the downside to the target of this minor butterfly first, and later to the lower butterfly. So you can see a lot of different patterns that you could trade depending on your preference. So if you're trading on the scalp trade on the 15-minute chart, on the 30-minute chart, you could focus on this minor butterfly. If you trade on the daily forward time frame chart, this is large butterfly, is your choice. But currently, guys, we have the possibility for taking the short position. This totally corresponds to the moments that we have discussed in our weekly research in the weekend. So on the hourly chart, recall that we said that was the drop on Friday. We said this probably market will open higher and will show some upward retracement. Most probable destination point is a major 50% 3 Fib resistance, 110.80 approximately, and weekly pivot point. We said that probably market hardly will move higher since it's not at the result on the daily chart. And market also has completed this minor ABCD. So we have here as agreement resistance. Market is turning down. So you could think about taking the short position based on the patterns that we have discussed. So depending on your scale. Also, guys, if you have taken position first, as we said, on the top of our grabber, here you also could keep it. If you have taken position here last week when you have traded your currency, you also could keep it. You can see market provides a lot of opportunities for scale in on the way down, since we have extended target. So as you can see, our currency right now is very attractive for the trading. Lots of patterns, clear picture that we have, extended target. That's really looks promising, and it's really great potential with the trade more than the 5 points to the downside. It's really nice opportunity. You can see this overall shape is mostly looks like there's some kind of the flag patterns, minor flag. So it's usually a very good opportunity for taking the short position. So let's see what we will get. So our analysis that we have prepared on weekly has been completed. Market provides the opportunity for taking the short position. If you haven't taken the short right here, don't be upset. Just watch for this current move down, and any minor retracement here you could use for probably for taking the short position. If you, of course, would like to position yourself with these patterns and with the analysis on the daily chart that we have prepared. So if you agree with it, that's just opportunity for open the position. If not, it's probably you should wait for some. If you have the bullish view on the EUR, it's probably you need to wait on the canceling of this bearish patterns that are forming, or at least the completion of these patterns if they will be completed. So currently it's moving against the patterns that we have right now. It's probably not very good idea. So that's our current view on the EUR.